Time now is 11:33 a.m. in the morning. Um, on March fucking 12. I don't know. 11. Okay. I slept from 5 to 11:10 basically. Yeah. So did I beat the 5 a.m. curse? Yes, no, maybe, almost. Um, but yeah, there's more work to be done to push my time earlier. Um, but but yeah. Um, Yesterday I really tried to be as productive as possible, but my laptop going crazy later at night again kind of ruined things a little bit for me. But I still tried my fucking best. I started reading the readings for the essay film class on my phone. I got so desperate I started watching the animated film Little Amelie on my phone. Like, I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna do the things that I can do on my phone. Uh, Yesterday I really did try my very best. But yeah, couldn't finish the film, couldn't edit a lot of stuff. The thing is, I have too much to do. All the things I need to submit, all the real things like internships and assignments and stuff, I did those already, so that's good. And yeah, today should be nice. The Mary Sweeney class, and then I'll hit the gym tonight, and that's it. I'm just waiting on Andrew Wu and Daniel Pan to reply to me because one is the whole San Francisco thing, two is the whole script thing. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, and then yeah, I I don't know. How many days are 65? I have 65 days left. Jesus Christ. Um, yeah. 65 days left. Um, I didn't really have any dream. I mean, I probably did, but I just didn't really want to remember because it's probably really fragmented. Yeah, I'm excited for Can if that is still happening. I asked Camden if Julian, Cheyenne, Diego, and Josh Silva are going, and he's like, "Yep, all four of them are in." So, hmm, hmm, okay, that's it. For fuck's sakes. Okay, time now is 2:53 a.m. in the morning. Again, it's super late. I keep running out of time to do anything. Today, okay, oh my God, wait, what? It's already 3? Okay, I'm gonna try to go to bed at like 4. Um, But yeah, that's probably impossible. Let's set the goal as 420. Um, but yeah, today is a good day. I don't know why, but like the last few days, I've been really happy. And that's a really weird thing for me to say. Usually I feel sad, dejected, or I feel nothing. But last few days I've been feeling happy. I don't know why, because I'm supposed to be stressed by multiple things. The CAN application, the 480 scripts, but for some reason I like that I'm really pushing myself. I realize that I'm really pushing myself to the extreme and I'm doing my best. Um, and yeah, anyways, I'm gonna save that for later. Anyways, today was all right. I walked to school today. I decided to miss the early bus, and I walked to school. Went into the dreams class, and we watched Diving Bell and the Butterfly. It was fine. I wish I liked it more, but it was good. Went to Coffee Bean, bought a chocolate cookie, and then I had the discussion. And it's so interesting because Mary Sweeney, when we were having our small group discussion and Mary Sweeney joined in, she was right beside me. And for some reason at that moment in my head, I was just like, man, I still cannot believe that she is the editor of Mulholland Drive and she was there when Twin Peaks was made. And a couple of days ago, I was just gushing about Inland Empire and I sent that edit to a bunch of people I know. And then Mary Sweeney suddenly looked at me and was like, so what do you think? Did you like the film? And so I don't know what to say because I didn't like it that much, but I don't want to upset her. So I was just like, oh, I like it, yeah. You know, it reminds me of Terrence Malick. I didn't know Max von Sydow speaks French. And she was like, oh, yeah, you know, Max von Sydow actually lived in southern France, in Provence, for a while. Me and David had dinner with him a while ago. And I'm just like, wow, wow. Of course. David Lynch has met Fellini and has met Max von Sydow and all the greats. You know, when you're a big filmmaker, you will eventually meet all the greats across the world, basically. But yeah, hopefully that's me. Hopefully I meet all the great filmmakers and just gush over them. But yeah, after that, in my head I was like, I haven't run into anyone today yet. Well, guess what? I just started running into people. So I left the class and I saw Cheyenne and Julian talking to Grace Gordon and Edith Jong across the fountain. And I'm like, oh, I want to approach them. And also, I found out that, oh yeah, Colin responded to me this morning, sending me a screenshot of everyone on the email chain. Thank you, Colin. So that I would know who's in the CAN cohort. And to my, I knew it was going to happen, but Cheyenne, Julian, Josh Silva, Diego, they all four of them got in. The super cinephiles, they're in. And then, to my absolute surprise, Swan on Biggs, the half Vietnamese girl. Surprised, but that makes a lot of sense. If Michael Freda applied, that probably means Swan On had applied as well, and I'm really happy that she got in. I also didn't see Seta's name, so that was a little sad. But I hope she goes in some way, shape, or form. But well, I feel like Seta probably didn't go partially because she knows she had to graduate, but yeah, I would really love for her to go. But yeah, anyways, I saw Shine and Julian. I wanted to go up to them and congratulate them, but instead I was intercepted by Jacob, who just came out of 394 and was like, "Yeah, I just finished midterms, writing on a blue book," and he asked me about CAN as well. Everyone's talking about CAN, and he's like, "Yeah, I got rejected, but yeah, I'll apply again next year." Jacob left. I went up to Cheyenne and Julian and talked, and Grace Gordon left. But more people joined in. Daniela and Portia, both of them from my 290 class, they showed up and we all talked. Even though I never really talked to Portia, I don't really know her that well, but I recognize her. And we all just talked, and it was really nice. And both Cheyenne and Julian are really excited. And I also got to talk with Edith Jong a little bit, and Edith was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Cam's fam's proposal is accepted. Also, Cheyenne's accepted as well. And I'm just like, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, a professor told me to apply. And then Cheyenne was like, oh yeah, this other Star Wars professor told me to apply as well. But I didn't even care. Like, it was such a haphazard, sloppy thing. And there were 22 proposals and 15 were selected, so it's like not bad. The chances aren't really low. Um, but thankfully, I didn't submit a paper because papers were rejected. It's more of a proposal thing. Anyways, um, I saw Maisie walking out of 394. I was gonna say hi, but she was at a distance, and then she left. So, anyways, after a while, at around 4:30, I went to DMC and I tried to do a walk and write, W&W, where I walked around and tried to write. And for some reason, I was kind of feeling stuck with Into Air because suddenly it's getting more and more complicated. So I can't finish it today either, which sucks because the deadline is literally 2 days later. But if I can finish it by tomorrow night, at least on the 13th, I could still tweak it. But, yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Okay, I don't know why I'm so fucking thirsty today. Oh my god. Um, Anyways, went back home at around 5 something. Felt really tired. Wanted to sleep on my chair. Didn't do much. Had lunch. And again, I'm kind of like losing food. I don't know why, but like I'm slowly losing food. And so I went to the gym at around 8:30. I left, and at 9 I arrived at the gym, met up with Christian. We did something simple. Yeah, really simple stuff. We did this crazy chest pulley thing, and then we did another like tricep pulley thing, and then I did some chest pushy thing, and then we ran a little bit. I ran for 10 minutes, and then I had to leave. I told Christian that. Christian's like, you can leave first. So I left at 10, went over to Ralph's, and of course, I ran into someone. I ran into Toll. Toll was there just buying some noodles and beef. Because he's planning to make Korean food, and he was even like, come to my place, and I'm like, I can't, I have stuff to do. But yeah, Toll of course talks about Can again, and Toll was like, yeah, I'm just like, I emailed Sandrine and asked why I didn't get accepted. And I'm like, you really didn't need to. Um, and then yeah, and Toll was like, well, if I went to a fortune teller, and the fortune teller told me that it's just my unlucky year, and I'm probably gonna get rejected into film production as well. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care. Like, if I get in, I think it's good. I think I've finally come to terms with not being in film production is fine. Even though with being in film production, you A, seem to have a lot of fun, B, you seem to be a celebrity. But at the end of the day, um, even without film production, you can be a celebrity, first of all. And even without film production, you can still do a lot on sets outside of film production. First of all, you can crew on 310s and 480s. No one's going to stop you. All you need is connections. B, you're going to crew on them and then find out that they're not all that. And there's still so many other things outside of film production that is way more useful and helpful for nurturing your arts in film. So, yeah, whatevs, man. Whatevs. Came back home, had a dinner, and then just trying my best to be as productive as possible once again. Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, definitely tough. Definitely tough. Um, what I'm dealing with this week. It's also extremely shocking to me that tomorrow is the last school day before spring break. And I had a tiny panic or a little stress because I really want to figure out where to go on my last spring break ever. Or not really ever, but probably my last spring break, right? Because my master's is not guaranteed, but very, very possibly my last spring break. At least for this era, this chapter of my life. And yeah, I don't know, I think I think I'm moving to San Francisco. So Andrew Wu is not responding to my text. I don't know why. I feel like sometimes people receive a notification, but they put it off because they don't want to answer it, because they know it's a loaded question. Um, so instead, I asked Brandon. I was like, "Hey, you're going to San Francisco, right? Because I'm thinking of going there too." And Brandon, thankfully, texted back saying, "Yes, but we're planning a trip to Lake Tahoe." And I don't know where that is. Turns out it's like a lake at the border between California and Nevada. And then I was like, "What days are you going?" And he's like, "Monday to Friday." And I'm like, 5 days at a lake? And he's like, "Yeah, well, we're doing snow skiing and just like hanging out with family." And I'm like, "Oh." And he's like, "Do you ski?" And I'm like, "Well, I've snowboarded before." But my ideal trip would be to visit a city. And then Brandon said he will be back on Friday. So Saturday is the only day in San Francisco where he's going to be freer to take me around if I'm there. And then Sunday he's going to spend that day with family because that's going to be the last day before he comes back, before he and Andrew, before they come back to USC. And then on Monday he'll drive back. And I thought that's perfect because I don't have class on Monday anyways. And so this is a huge relief because originally I thought, holy shit, if I'm leaving to San Francisco on Saturday, which is what, 3 days later, I need to start like eating, like finishing food from the fridge, planning my trip. I need to book a flight. I need to look for accommodation, and I need to pack eventually. It's like too much. But now that I know if I go, I'm gonna go the last few days anyways, it's actually a bit of a relief because, yeah, because it's delayed. But I can totally see myself spending 3 days there. Just like if I arrive on the 20th, and then the 21st, I'm hanging out with the Woos, and 22nd, I'm by myself, and then 23rd, we all sort of head back together. That would be quite nice. That would be quite the nice. And then, yeah, and then I talked to Toll, and Toll was like, "I want to go to Costa Rica this spring break, but I don't have plane tickets yet." And I'm like, "What? Alone?" And he's like, "Yeah. I mean, Api Chapon went to Guatemala alone." And I'm like, "No, it's dangerous." But it's not that crazy if you think about it. Zara, literally 4 years ago, did all that. She went to like freaking New Orleans by herself. Like for all I care, I could go to New Orleans this spring break, though it's probably a little too soon and I'm a little too tired to do that. But it is a possibility, right? Yeah, maybe I should actually. Maybe I should just go to like Kansas or Missouri or something. Um, but it's fine. I think the latter half of this year, um, when I have a job, there are definitely going to be moments of breaks, and if I could get to find some time and head over to like deep fried Southern America, I would, or go to New York. Apparently, a bunch of people, Daniela Chico and Josh Silva and Asir, they're all going to New York for some reason. Anyways, yeah, I just want to say I'm happy now. I'm not like content. I haven't reached enlightenment, but at this current moment, despite the fact that I don't have a girlfriend yet, and I still feel bits of social anxiety here and there, but I feel like I'm pushing myself so fucking hard to do everything I can. I literally do every single thing I can to be to have fun and to put myself out there. Literally Cams Fest, Cams Fam, Spotlight. Speaking of which, the deadline probably soon. Literally everything. Um and yeah. So I don't know. I just think yeah. I'm going somewhere. The other day, Finley liked my story. I don't know why. I just think she's really interesting. Maybe it's just the whole like half her hair is dyed and septum piercing, but would like to know her more. But also in the meantime, an assortment of people are talking to me nowadays. Maisie earlier created a quick Instagram group chat with me and David James, and she was like, "Oh, anyone want tickets to the production design panel on Saturday at the Egyptian?" Which is fucking crazy. I'm like, "Yes, I would like to go." Last year I was bummed out that I couldn't go, but this time, yes. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it. And then, yeah, people from JD, the Singaporean girl, Kaylin's talking to me for some reason. I'm still expecting to talk to Audrey about the Kurosawa films. Yeah, just a lot going on. And I think for a long time in my life, I'm afraid of being too active. Like, I text a lot of people and DM a lot of people, and people don't DM me back. But at some point, you just have to realize you just got to do it. Because sometimes people don't DM you because they're waiting for you to DM them. And it just becomes this mutual waiting, this awkward mutual waiting. Someone's got to step up first. Yeah, maybe that's a very optimistic way of seeing it. But I don't care anymore. It's the last semester. I have 65 days left. And you know what? Hell fucking yeah. But yeah, this spring break should be pretty fire. Not only will I get rest, get piercing, watch some movies, catch up, visit San Francisco. And San Fran has some cool locations. Like, I want to spend an afternoon at Chinatown. I want to go to the Vertigo locations. There's a Fisherman's Wharf that seems pretty cool. And if the Woos have any recs, they'll bring me. Yeah, cool beans. Okay, time now is 11:12 a.m. On freaking May 12th. Yeah, March 12th. Yeah, I slept for like 5 hours, 5.5, which is not great. I slept from 5:30 to 10:50. Yeah, went back to bed for 10 more minutes. So tired. Yeah, today is the last day of school before spring break, so I should be excited. I should feel relieved. But tomorrow I'm actually kinda probably going on set. But yeah. So the good thing is usually on Thursdays I wake up 9:20, but the reason why I woke up 90 minutes later is because a 90-minute class is just canceled today, and that's the religion class. It's canceled, and so I only have the complet class and then the essay film class, which I definitely want to show up for. And yeah, and then tonight there's a Click to View meeting, but instead of a meeting, it's just gonna be movie night with the Click to gang, basically. And I'm probably gonna go because I like hanging out with them even more so than the meeting. Yeah, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I have several things juggling around. I have planning the San Francisco trip, which I think the more I think about it, the more likely it's probably going to happen. Last fall break, I almost went to Arizona, but I didn't, and I feel like now I need to cross the threshold and say, yes, I'm gonna go somewhere. Even though San Francisco is like the closest city, well, that would be San Diego, but yeah. And then also juggling the scripts. I have 2 days left. I need to do it, man. I need to finish version 2. Daniel Pan is not responding to me. People are just not responding to me. I don't know why, but yeah. And then yeah, that's basically it. I also accidentally paid for Final Draft Suite for $99 last night. So I'm gonna email them and ask them to withdraw. So ask them to refund. But we'll see. Maybe I should just buy Final Draft for $200 permanently. And that's pretty much it for today. Say hi to Daniel for me.
Okay.
Tell.
What's up? 好烦啊！对，你还没有玩。
Bro. My brother in Christ. And you turn white. Great. Okay, so people have been here. The fuck? The fuck? Okay, damn my hair. Time now is 12:54. Yeah, so I actually haven't had dinner yet. I'm cooking the rice now. But yeah, I just want to real quick talk about today. Today was a little dense. I woke up and again, I just hate this feeling of I really want to skip class, but I just don't want to at the same time. I did take the late bus and I arrived in my classroom 3 minutes late, but it's fine. I sat down, listened to the whole lecture, and was pretty much awake throughout the whole thing. And then I went over to my essay film class. I ran into a seer, said hi, and then it's so crazy. As I run into a seer, Cheyenne and Julian simultaneously show up right next to us. And Asir was like, "Oh, Can Gang!" And it's so crazy that I'm running into Julian and Cheyenne at SCA 2 days in a row, which is really insane, considering that there are so many people. Like Jiayun, for instance. I don't see her at all at SCA. She's always, like, never there. So, I don't know. Yeah. But anyways, it's cool, and then I'm like, I gotta get to class. So I went to class, and it was fine. It was nice. Talk more to the professor. It's really nice for everyone to loosen up a little bit and just talk to the professor and have a nice open discussion. We watched a short film from 1928 called Inflation, and then there was a scene that was a little funny, and then we saw. I don't know why, but there was a brown mark on my bed over there. That never makes sense to me. I don't know when did it start. Okay, anyways. I saw, we saw AK Serial Killer by Adachi Masao, and I mentioned that I've seen Death by Hanging, and my professor really liked that. And we had a very interesting discussion later in the class where we just talked about the oppressive architecture of LA. It's so interesting because yesterday when I saw Julian, the Julian isn't in class today, but yesterday when I ran into Julian at SCA, Julian talked about how one of the Chinese guys sitting next to me they're like dumb. They're not dumb, but like their answers are very AI generated. On the question of the female gaze, one of the Chinese guys, I think he's referring to Max, said that the female gaze is this and that, and it's like he's not even answering the question. And Max really likes to contradict the professor, I found out. Like, the professor talked about non-vococentric films and used AK's Serial Killer as an example, even though there is a bit of narration. And because of that, Max is like, yeah, it's not non-vococentric. There is vocals, there is narration. And then Max's paper is about, is against Guy Debord's Society of Spectacle. Yeah, anyways, yeah, after class, I followed Yuchen and Max to a pizza place called Tierra Mia, which is at the village, and I've never been there. It never interested me anyways, but sure, why not? Let's try new things. And holy crap, it's bad. I mean, the pizza was fine, but there are two guys working there, and they don't know what's going on. They don't know what they're doing. I don't even think they understand English, which is usually fine if they don't understand English that well. It's okay. We need immigrants. But they have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea. They take my order, and then I have to like tell them my order a few times so that they know what I'm saying. And then they still mess it up somehow, and they're really slow. But anyways, I had a slice of meat lover pizza and another slice of house pizza, which has arugula in it, and then I had Sprite. But that's pretty much it. And then I was gonna take a bus home, but the bus swooped past my face. I was also wearing a short sleeve shirt because it's so hot today. It's like the heat wave. So I ended up waiting for a bit before calling a Lyft, and then came back home, and then I was contemplating whether to go to the Click2View meeting today, because the Click2View meeting is changed to a hangout at the Click2 house where Anya and Rachel are going to screen the movie Detention from 2011 on DVD, or no, on Tubi, on the small TV. And I thought it would be a nice hangout thing. If everyone's there just chatting, drinking, I'd like to be there for a little bit, say hi. I spent 3 whole hours, 2 hours cleaning up my room. And even though I'm supposed to be doing a lot of other stuff, I have script to finish, I have my internship stuff to deal with. But for some reason, I thought I cannot take it anymore. I came in and I saw them placing stickers, and including my chair and the table, and I realized, oh yeah, I got an email earlier today saying that there's going to be a note of entry, like some tripling people are going to enter my room, and yeah, and I hated that. I hate people when they go into my room. They probably was also wearing shoes, because even though Tripling is an Asian company, they're Chinese, but somehow they still wear shoes when they walk inside. So real shoes had probably stepped on the floor. So I would like to mop the floor as soon as possible, which means cleaning. So I started to clean up. First of all, the file rack that I had laying on the floor that I never built for months. I finally built it. Took me a little while, but I did it, and I transferred all of the big documents, posters, that huge fucking mess here. Transferred it all to here, organized into folders. Not really organized, just stuff them in there, but it's way better now that it's compartmentalized in a corner. And now I have a little medicine corner here, and then a little Blu-ray here. I also spent quite a bit of time trying to find one USC paycheck that was sent to me last May, but I never registered, I never deposited the check. Turns out I have it all along. I even went downstairs to the mailbox, and holy shit, the email and the mailbox, they're covered in mold, and they're like dry and crispy because of water damage. It's disgusting. And then in the meantime, I took out the trash, so the trash here was like full, and the trash in the bathroom was full for a while. Completely cleaned up right now. Gone, clean up, real nice. So yeah, there's still work to be done. I still want to bleach my bathroom and mop the floor, vacuum a bit more, organize a bit more, but this definitely feels a lot nicer now. And this feels really nice. There's a little, I want to build, maybe I'm just a little too unemployed, but I want to build a mini apothecary here. Just a little structure so that I could put my pills and my whatever in there. That would be really nice. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. And again, people, I'm gonna be inviting people to my place. But yeah, anyways, there's that. Okay, next on the agenda, I got a notification from Sandrine, email response. Sandrine was like, yes, you can withdraw your 3-day pass now. So I've withdrawn my 3-day pass. I've gotten back my 24 euros. So now my fate is up to Sandrine's. Whether I get to go to Cannes or not, it's up to Sandrine's application. But I think there's a 95% chance I'll get it. So I'm excited nonetheless, even though I'm not going to the full thing. Anyways, next thing you know, Seda responded to me, Seda Papazian, and I had a little snarky, little clever line prepared in my head. I asked her, are you rejected for Cannes? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, rip. I got rejected too, but Sandrine's applying for me. And she's like, that's awesome. And I told her, well, if you still want to go, you should apply to the 3 days in Cannes things. And she's like, nah, maybe next time, which is what I thought. But I feel kind of bad because I think she would love it there. So I said, it's okay. Next time you go, your film will be there. And she's like, ha ha ha, unlikely, but thank you. You too. And I'm like, yeah, we can hope. So that's a nice little conversation. That's a nice little humor, little boast, little, you know, little this, little that, little charisma. Sometimes I'm just good. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm really bad at charisma. But sometimes, just a droplet, just a teeny drop of charisma. Just, I'm pretty proud of that. Okay. When I was during break for the essay film class, I saw Ted Cho, and I told him to tell Daniel to respond to my text. Daniel finally responded after 3 days. Andrew finally responded to my text as well. And he's like, yeah, you can come to San Francisco, but I think I'll be spending time with my family. So I don't know. But yeah, I think I'm going anyways. Yu-Chen earlier also talked about how he's planning to go to Santa Barbara by himself for 1 day. Exactly what I did a couple of years ago. Hilarious. But now that I know a lot of people are going solo, I might as well go to San Francisco solo. Besides, Christian might come along with me, so that's not solo, so that's fine. Yeah. But it would be great if the Woos can still bring me, or if Christian comes along, bring us around, and then we all go back. Yeah. And then speaking of the Woos, Ryan Coogler, Kevin Feige, and Robert Downey Jr. just showed up at the Norris Theater, and nobody fucking knew aside from the production students. I didn't know that. I found out through Instagram stories. They were here for some fucking reason, and yay, I guess. I'm a little bummed out I didn't get to see them. I'm a little bummed out no one told me. Why am I still kind of disconnected from like the production side of things? Like, I should be knowing shit like this. But alas, I don't. And then yeah, I also told Arjun that I'm available to go to set tomorrow, except Arjun was like, nah, our PD went to the location's too small, let's not crowd it up, you know, but if you still want to help out, you can help out on Saturday and Sunday. I'm like, cool, maybe I can do Sunday. So great news, tomorrow I'm free. First day of spring break. I will wake up naturally. I will feel free as a bird. And then, what else? That's pretty much it. Yeah, so that's great because tomorrow I need time to write my script because tomorrow's the deadline for 480. Kind of stressed out about it now. But I know I will somehow finish it and submit it. If I get rejected, who fucking cares? It's dumb anyways. It's stupid anyways. Yeah. And then, hopefully I figure out what to do in spring break. Go somewhere with Christian. I'm excited for the Saturday PD panel. I'm going with Maisie and Christian, probably, hopefully, judging by the looks of it. And it'll be a nice three-way hangout between us. I think it's about time that we have a hangout between the three of us. I think it's about time it's happened. I've been wanting this to happen for quite a few semesters. It's about damn time. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And yeah, excited for Can. Excited for just the break in general. Probably gonna see Tova. Probably gonna see Justin T. Maybe Potter. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, holy shit. Holy fuck, it's nearly 6 a.m. in the morning and you pull this fucking shit. Oh, Jesus Christ, don't fall on my bed. Okay, fuck me, I guess. Fuck me, stop falling down. Okay, I'm gonna fucking squash it or something. I don't know. I just don't wanna. Oh my Jesus Christ. Just, Okay, you don't move. Oh my god. Alright, time now is 3:20 p.m. On May 13th, bitches. Yeah, okay. I slept from 6 a.m. to 6:10 a.m. to about 3 p.m. One continuous sleep, no interruptions. Felt fucking amazing. Felt so good. I feel kind of bad because I'm like going to bed late, waking up late, but yeah, this is amazing. I love sleeping, man. Holy shit. Yeah, if Mary was here, she would be blasting music, but she's not here, so I had a good sleep, and it was continuous. Like I didn't wake up in the middle, so it felt real good, felt rejuvenated. And yeah, last night I just spent 2 hours rewriting my script into Air, second draft, and that was such a huge relief. I thought I would never be able to finish it, so I have into Air second draft, and it's good. Needs a little more polishing, but I feel like I'm confident enough to submit it for 480 tonight, which is in 9 hours. So yeah, and then that's pretty much it. um, um, yeah, I don't really have anything to do today, which is good. I need some rest. I might go out for Trader Joe's, but that's pretty much it. Uh, and yeah, excited for tomorrow because it's gonna be me, Maisie, and Christian hanging out. I guess it's official now because Maisie texted me saying, "Let's make a group chat." And I'm like, there are already 9 billion group chats, man. But sure. And then, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. First day of spring break. And how am I feeling? I'm feeling okay, actually. Not too depressed. I was a little bummed out last night because there's this whole the Woos and Keisha and Thanos for some reason went to see Kevin Feige and Ryan Coogler, and I wasn't told. And then at the same time, Daniel Pan, Ted Chow, and Harley Chen had a movie night together or something. And it's like, why am I not invited to any of these things? And then, oh yeah, the Click to View meeting last night. I don't know why I didn't talk about it last night, but I arrived like 9:30 ish, and I thought it would be like the last Click to View movie screening where everyone's just talking and chatting instead of watching the movie. Turns out everyone's watching the movie today. It was kind of quiet, and it was also mostly women, and Colin wasn't there, so yeah. And then it was Anya, Rachel Barris, Rachel Shin wasn't there. It was Madeline, one of the blonde girls, in screenwriting, and Swan On was there, Liam Wadey, and then it was Leandra and I believe her girlfriend, or like the girl she's dating maybe, because they were sitting together, but I've never seen her, and it's some girl with dyed hair and septum piercing, of course, and Alex Grushka, and Riley wasn't there either. So all the people that I'm like the most comfortable talking to, like Colin, Rachel Shin, Riley, they're just not there. And I sat in a corner, and the girls, they started talking, but I couldn't really join in the conversation, and it wasn't terribly awkward. I'm sure they're fine with me being there, but I was already planning to leave early to begin with, so at some point an hour later, like 10:20, I just left. But before leaving, I asked people about their spring breaks, and also I asked Swan On if she's going to Cannes. And she's like, yes, I'm going to Cannes. And Swan On was like, I read your reviews, like, before I applied, and they're really good. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm really happy for her. I'm happy for everyone who got to go, and I'm really sad for everyone who doesn't get to go. But I'm really excited, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Once the script thing, the 480 script thing is over tonight, it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna have one less thing to worry about, and I can focus on some other stuff, like the fucking essay film class paper, which I'm kind of worried about. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is that I take Libby's number and I texted her last a couple days ago, and she's like, "Oh, I'll call you back like when I'm done my meeting." And I said, "Okay." The girl did not call me. But the next 2 days, so today I sent her a long ass message, and I'm like, "I need to get him in check because it's really good for a manager to do something like that." Like, it's actually disgusting.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be as fast as possible. Time now is 11:58 p.m. and booyah! So yeah, I did it. I fucking did it. I submitted 2 scripts to 480, and I'm on fire, bitches. I'm on fire. I don't know how I did it. I genuinely don't know how I did it. I started writing the script less than a month ago, and the second script, Late Winter, I literally wrote a week ago. I literally wrote that shit a week ago, and I somehow still submitted 2 scripts. And both of them are not perfect, but I feel like both of these scripts are better than the one I submitted last semester. And I feel accomplished. I don't know why, but beast mode, man. Beast freaking mode. The Cannes application, the 2 scripts, juggling an internship and a job. I had none of that last semester. Last semester I tried to apply to this, but I didn't even get in. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get in anyways, but either way, this is a huge relief. Finishing the 2 scripts is a huge relief, and yeah, it's great. If I don't get in, it's a bit of a bummer because I really did try. The last few days, I really did try my very best. And today I had a 1-hour phone call with Thomas. I sent him my second draft of Into Air, and then we called, and then gave me some notes, and then I fixed it even more, and honestly, it's pretty good. It's pretty straightforward. It's really simple story, but I added some more intricacies here and there, polish it up, garnish it, and I even submitted the scripts 20 minutes before deadline, as opposed to 2 minutes before deadline, which is last semester. Yeah, last semester I submitted 2 minutes before deadline. So I feel pretty good. I feel pretty solid, and yeah, it's funny because Kate Xiao and Daniel Pan, they didn't give me any feedback at all for my Into Air second draft, and also Daniel Pan hasn't really read my Late Winter, but it's okay. I'm confident in what I write. Also, Late Winter, my second script, I enjoyed writing it, and if I get rejected, I don't really care. Like, I would rather get rejected by a script that I didn't enjoy writing than a script that I didn't enjoy writing. What the fuck am I saying? I would rather be rejected for a script I enjoyed, because at least I got something out of it. Because at least I got to enjoy the writing process. Last semester, while I really liked the idea of like happiness and memory loss, and also writing for Jayun, it wasn't a very enjoyable process. I feel like I'm making up bullshit when I'm writing the script, but this time it does feel enjoyable, and I'm just really happy about that. I did go to Trader Joe's, so I didn't really leave my apartment at all today other than Trader Joe's. And yeah, quick Trader Joe's, bought shit tons of food. Now I have a lot of food, which is nice. And yeah, what else happened? Not much else happened today. I started a group chat between me, Maisie, and Christian, and then we're just talking about tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited about tomorrow. Just, you know, getting to go see the PDs for at the Egyptian Theater, and then getting a piercing on Monday. Still thinking about San Francisco. Still thinking of going. Yeah, still planning to go. Still thinking to go, and yeah, definitely possible. I just need to find the accommodation and a plane ride, and then again, if Brandon can drive me back on Monday, that would be great. So so yeah, that's that. Yeah, I talked to Kaylin a little bit about badminton, because I saw that Kaylin also plays badminton, and she's like, oh yeah, I have a racket and I'm down to play with you, but I don't have a racket, so I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, spring break officially begun, and entering day 2. I just want to have fun. I just want to meet up with people, relax, and it appears that I'm already going to be doing that tomorrow. So already a huge step up from my first few spring breaks. Already a huge step up, and yeah. And then now I have to take care of the Empire, as well as my midterm paper for the essay film class. But yeah, just really happy about the script. I don't know why. I feel like last semester I'm more upset because it's my first time submitting, but this time it's my second time submitting, so I have less expectations. So if I get rejected, it's less of them. I'm not gonna scream anymore. I'm just gonna be like, yeah. In fact, if I get rejected for the script, it's like, who cares? Because, I don't know, more and more I realize USC's film production isn't really something to be proud of that much. And, I don't know, getting accepted, getting shortlisted is almost a little bit of, ooh, so you write mainstream stuff? But, yeah, I feel okay. I feel okay. I had lunch super late. I had lunch after coming back from Trader Joe's. I was gonna make myself a bowl of noodles, but I ended up just doing. I thought I should just get food in Trader Joe's and come back. So I did, and I finished lunch at around 9:30. At this point, it's a dinner, and right now it's midnight, and I'm gonna make dinner now. So, not really sure what to do. I still have stuff to edit. I need to clean up my room, mop the floor. I have a whole movie to finish. I have a lot to do, but today was great. I finished 2 scripts on time, and I'm proud. So yeah, hopefully I go to bed earlier tonight. Also, interesting side note, I guess, but I also talked with Andrew Wu a little bit, and he mentioned that the new PD chosen for Huvo's 290 is Lucy Chen. The same Lucy who hated me on set for some reason. So that just gave me another reason not to work on Hugh's project. But yeah, I mean, Andrew was I told Andrew I think Lucy hates me, and Andrew's like, same. And turns out I am not the only person Lucy is weird to, so at least there's that. But yeah, that's pretty weird. Okay, time now is 10:55 a.m. on March 14th. Yes. I slept from 6:35 to about 10:30, so less than 4 hours. It was also not a good sleep. Like, I feel like I didn't fall asleep until like 8 a.m. or something. Yeah. Yesterday, I feel like I didn't do anything. Like, I also did not watch any film or TV last night, even though I planned to do that, but I actually did not do any of that. But I'm still happy that I finished the 2 scripts, submitted them on time, mopped the floor, and I'm also really close to finishing the 2025 recap video. I spent like 3 hours editing that last night, and I was really trying to finish editing it within the night. That's why I kept pushing myself to not sleep, but at the end I'm like, I can't. It's 6:15. It's 6:15. I have to go to bed. Yeah, and now I'm just really sleepy and tired again, so that's great. But I'm excited for today because I'm hanging out with Maisie and Christian. Us 3 hanging out for the first time, so that's really nice. We'll be meeting up at the Expo Vermont station, which is hella far away. So I'm just gonna walk over there, and then yeah, and then yeah, and then yeah. I need to finish editing it. I have 3 days to edit the fucking Steel Ball Run video, by the way. Or actually 5 days. Not a lot of time. Because the last Steel Ball Run video, it took me like 3 weeks to edit. Yeah, so, I don't have a lot of time left. I need to leave this place in like 15 minutes, basically. And I did trim my toenails. Another thing I've been meaning to do for like weeks. For like a whole week at least. Yeah. That's great.
Like, damn, we're really,
We are truly the villains.
crazy.
Council Chair Michael Allen Glover, and most importantly, to the membership of the Art Directors Guild. Thank you.
Production designer Fiona Crombie, set decorator Alice Felton.
Jack Fisk and Adam Willis.
Anyone hear us?
All right, because we can hear ourselves. Just
We were just swearing about snow.
Buckets of rain, and it honestly just destroyed everything. It was a disaster.
Many wet books.
Many wet books.
well, that leads me to my next question. What would you say was your most challenging call sheet, good and bad?
I mean, by the time we got to Scotland, which was at the very end, we were all pretty exhausted, and thank God for our UK team who had not been on for 2 years or whatever. I think they kind of saved us. I'd say some of those call sheets were I was just kind of done by then. And literally, we had days where I was chasing behind Shane while he himself, with a couple other team members, are carrying furniture through the tourists up the Royal Mile. I'd say those days with the market, and we did like
mileage and like overnights. And so we went through the process, and it became really clear that we needed to build it, but Chloe, I talked her into it. She came to my house actually on a Sunday, and I stood at the door with my hand on her shoulder saying, I can do it, Chloe, I promise. And she was like, okay. And I thought, yes, I got it.
I tried to figure out how they'd gotten that done. And Kutsaya, who was the art director here, he then told me, I live in LA. So we were working in 3 time zones. It was great.
So
sometimes I'll get a call late at night and they'll be night shooting. Can you come down here?
Well, you're rare for the tribe because you like to be on the set.
I love to be on the set. I think that's where they make the film.
I wonder there's the next day we test all of a sudden.
When I was younger, I could stay up 3 days at a time. I can't do it anymore.
It's better for you in the planet.
I'd rather be anywhere but on the set, but that's just me.
She usually does before he has a script. It's always before there's a script, which I never read, so. And that's the thing that just tell me what's in the pink pages. I don't have time to read the script. And I read it one time and then I'm like, okay, I got it. And so before, done, right? No, we just need everything now. Just build it all, right now. And it was literally like
Shooting it
3 weeks
tomorrow.
in. They were like, can we have all this done? And I'm like, what? I love this business.
It's like the best event of being, like the honor of being nominated, and then to be with our incredible nominees, Tamara and Jack and Hannah and a few other guys and the other decorators. So nice to see it.
It's not, he can't claim all the credit.
He was plotting. Good. As you should.
You won't have this opportunity again in a while, I'm sure.
Brave person coming.
At least for a year. That's the mic. You were so quick to start to play.
Hi everyone, my name is Tol. I'm from Bangkok, Thailand, currently a student at USC School of Cinematic Arts. So congratulations first of all for every single one of you for the nominations tomorrow. You guys got to be great.
What's happening tomorrow? This is the event.
I'm kind of nervous, but my questions, because I'm taking art direction class and the first assignment with Professor Yimi, who's here. First assignment is called locations. It's been repeated 3 times, so I know the importance of the locations. My question is, for one battle, you said you were scouting for 3 years. Some of the locations in script is very specific, but some are kind of like not really. How do you scope your researching process? Because like in the United States, there's like thousands of locations you could go, and like if it's something that does not work out in this scope area, how would you do about it? Like when do you stop searching?
You never stop searching. That's actually really great ending right there. But you just start sniffing everywhere you can. You start reading blogs like for the desert. It was like reading.
What's happening tomorrow? This is the event.
I'm kind of nervous, but my questions, because I'm taking art direction class and the first assignment with Professor Yimi, who's here. First assignment is called locations. It's been repeated 3 times, so I know the importance of the locations. My question is,
The internet, where he talks about production design, and in that he describes a location that he used for Eraserhead. And it's so powerful when you see the image and the sound, and what he made out of something was over here in San Vicente and Beverly. Where the Beverly Center is. Used to be oil tanks and stuff. But if you have time, look at that.
Any other thoughts on that? Okay.
I've actually had it happen twice, where we went next door. So you kind of like, you're going to look at a place, and then we end up going next door. So like, you know, it's that thing of like, keep on looking.
Okay, time now is 2:53 a.m. in the morning. Holy ball sacks, it's late. I just spent a bajillion years just finishing my round 6 video. But anyways, today is alright. I woke up, I feel like I slept for 3.5 hours. I'm so sleepy and tired, it's crazy. And I left, and in the group chat, Christian and Maisie mutually decided that they should all meet up at the Expo Vermont train station, the metro station, which is right at the southwest corner of USC, which is convenient for the both of them because they both live near there. But not so convenient for me because I live in the northwest of campus, so I have to walk like half an hour to get there. I'm like, fine, and I was late too. Like, I woke up and brushed my teeth, and I didn't really have a lot of time to... I was thinking of finishing editing the round 6 video, where, forget about that. So I quickly finished a red bean bun, and then I headed out. And I was even trying to, like, export footage from my phone to the laptop, but that took a while, and I couldn't finish it. So I unplugged my phone from the laptop, and I left. I walked very fast from my place to the northwest corner of the USC campus, the spot where I lost my wallet, and then, God bless, a miracle happened. A bus 204 appeared out of nowhere. I hopped onto it, and it took 2 stops. I got off, and I arrived at the metro station at 11:50. And somehow I was even earlier than Maisie. I was like, oh my god, I'm late. And I tried to see if they're both just waiting there for me. And thankfully, I'm like the earliest out of the 3, kind of, in a sense. In the distance, I saw Maisie in short sleeve shirt and shorts. I get it, today's really hot, but for some reason, I just cannot imagine Maisie in shorts. But I guess she is in shorts, and she still looks as disheveled as ever. But yeah, she showed up, and Christian called me, and Christian's like, oh, I went to the wrong train station, because I thought we're going to the one near the museum, and I thought it's Natural History Museum, so I'm at USC Expo Station now. And I'm like, okay. So me and Maisie, we said hi, we got onto the train, we sat together, and we said some, you know, conventional pleasantries. Maisie has to catch a flight later tonight. Well, she caught the flight already, and she's flying to Washington State, and she's heading to some random ass town where her parents are living in right now. And yeah, we talked a bit here and there, and so we arrived at the next stop, and I texted Christian like, let's just, because Christian called me before we got onto the metro. Christian was like, which section of the train are you on? And I'm like, at the very front. And in my head, I said front because it's like near the entrance, like near the way we went into the train. But for some reason, it meant the opposite for Christian. So Christian's all the way on the other side. So Christian's waiting at USC Expo. I walked out of the train a little bit, and I saw Christian walking into the train, all the way on the other side. And then I looked at Maisie, and I was like, okay, Christian's in. And then she's laughing, I'm laughing. It's so funny. So, and then we got onto the 3rd station, the, I forgot what it's called, the Jefferson USC station? No, the USC Figueroa station. And Christian texted us. Christian was like, okay, I'm going to try to come to your cart in the train. So on that station, me and Maisie were like waiting. We're like waiting for Christian to come in. And in my head, I'm like, the door opens and closes really fast. So I don't know if Christian can make it. So I told Christian to just, let's just reconvene at the downtown LA. So we looked at the train door open, and then we looked at it close, and me and Maisie were like, oh God, what is happening? And then Maisie was like, what if Christian's like outside right now? And then the train moved past, and we both saw Christian sitting on a bench. So Christian got off the train, and both me and Maisie are still on it. And we're like, what? So Christian thought that me and Maisie were one cart behind. So he thought that he could go out and hop back in, but somehow he couldn't find us, so he just sat on the bench for some reason. And so it's so hilarious. So me and Maisie, we made it downtown LA, and then we waited about 10 minutes until Christian arrives on the next train. And then all three of us, we met. Christian has never actually hung out with Maisie before, which is very interesting dynamic. And it was kind of awkward because all three of us are introverted, and all three of us don't really have a lot to say. And Christian's asking very menial questions, like, what classes are you taking, and like, how did you get into film, and like, how is your TAing, are you still doing it, blah blah blah, which I guess makes sense because Christian's never really had a talk with Maisie. But yeah, and I feel like a mediator because I know Maisie and I know Christian, and I feel like a mediator of sorts. But anyways, we took a train together to North Hollywood, and we arrived, and oh my God, right next to us is just this giant tarp, because the Oscars is literally happening there, which is weird. I thought it's not happening there. I thought I don't know which theater it's happening in, but anyways, at Hollywood there's this huge tent that says Oscars. But we made it over to Egyptian Theater. We were like on time, or we were a couple minutes late, but it's okay. And then we were let in, and we found 3 pretty good seats at the very side. And Egyptian Theater is a good theater because you could sit at the very side and you'll still see very clearly. And so we sat together at the very side, and we went through pretty much the whole thing. And yeah, so Maisie to my left side, and to her left it's Christian, and yeah, and it's just a very quick Q&A panel where all the Oscar-nominated production designers just like talk about their process and talk about what they're proud of, talk about their toughest challenges, talk about their mentors, and then it's pretty nice. I would say I learned, but also because these are all random advice, they're not particularly helpful to me right now. Like, they're all cool knowledge. Like, I don't know, Jack Fisk showed up and he talked about rebuilding 1950s New York and the awnings on the like shop fronts, and those are really cool information. I don't know how that's gonna help me now. Hannah Beachler, the PD of Sinners, she's hilarious. Got the whole room laughing, and she talked about coming up with the color palettes and working with the director, and like Ryan Coogler saying, "Can we film the exterior?" And then it's like, "Oh God, not again." Can we add that? And it's like, "Oh God." And then Hemnet, the PDs, they talk about building the house from scratch as opposed to finding a house, because it's really difficult to find like medieval house in England, in the Scotland, UK. And I love the Frankenstein PD. They did a great job, and they talked about sort of like doing a lot of research and just a lot of miscellaneous stuff, I guess. But yeah, the Frankenstein, like every time they do a talk, they show like a reel. In Frankenstein, they showed a bunch of clips. Hamnet, they showed 2 scenes that have not a lot of PD in it for some reason. And then Marty Supreme, they showed tons of scenes, tightly packed. And then both Sinners and One Battle After Another, they both went hard. Both Sinners and One Battle's reels are like basically trailers except Sinners is really energetic, and one battle keeps showing scenes that doesn't involve PD at all, like on the highway and in the natural like exteriors, and it's like okay. But yeah, very informational, learned quite a bit, and it's free, so kind of worth it. And then it's hilarious. We looked at our left and we saw our intro to art directing professor, who is in this colorful Hawaiian shirt, and like a cap. And then hilariously, Toll was there, and Toll showed up and lined up in front of the microphone for the Q&A, of course, because he loves talking to celebrities. And then so we watched Toll ask the question, and it was so fucking funny, because Toll was like, oh, I'm actually studying at USC School of Cinematic Arts, and I'm taking this class, and this is the professor's name. And then both me and Maisie, we were in disbelief. We were just like laughing. And then the moment Toll mentioned the professor's name, Maisie turned to the professor and saw her doing this. And it was so fucking funny. And yeah, so that's cool. He got to see Jack Fisk, I guess, but yeah, hilarious. Yeah, anyways, immediately after that, Maisie left. The whole time Maisie was checking his phone because she's anxious about like catching her flight to Washington. And yeah, she's like, okay, I'm gonna Uber away. So Christian decided to follow her, and I followed along. So us three, we left. And as we were leaving Egyptian Theater, Tiger was waving at us. Tiger and I guess her boyfriend. And it's just like, oh my god, of course you'd be here. And then we left, and then it's me, Maisie, and Christian standing outside the theater for a little bit as Maisie's waiting for her lift. And then Michelle shows up. And Michelle was like, Lychee, what are you doing here? Because she loves giving me nicknames. And I get it. I get that she's... Okay, first of all, cool. Of course. She's volunteering at American Cinematheque. She showed up randomly, and I'm there coincidentally. Cool beans, Stuff like that happens, I guess. But, and it's so funny because it's the, third, fourth time Michelle sees me randomly with some other people. Like, she saw me with Brennan and Toll, and then she saw me with Arjun a couple days ago, and then now with Maisie and Christian. Like, what the fuck's going on, right? And I get that Michelle's like, ooh, I'm very confident. So he's like, Lychee? In front of a couple strangers, acting kind of weird. And I'm just not a big fan of that. Like, you don't know these two people. These two people don't know you. Like, why are you going all, like, oh, respond to my text. Yeah. And it's just like, the fuck? That's so random. Like, I have strangers next to me. Let's do the formalities first, So the whole time I'm just like, let's not. And Christian's like, I sense some tension. And I'm like, nah, it's fine. But I did introduce Michelle to the both of them, and then we left promptly. Toll also showed up. But yeah, us three, we took a lift together and went back to the USC Village, and the lift continued to Maisie's place. And it was nice. On the lift, we chatted, we talked, and cool. We talked about cool stuff like PD, art, film, but also just like traveling and whatever, and it was nice. And it's about damn time that three of us know each other. And me and Christian, we got off, and I really wanted food, and I don't really have food in my place to like lunch. So we walked from USC Village to the Gateway side, and there's just like nothing good to eat. At some point, I was like, how about Thai by Trio, this Thai restaurant I've never really tried. We walked over there, and then we saw that the restaurant's really nice, and we're like, wait, maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe it's expensive. So we ended up going to Soy, which is this, Americanized sushi roll place, which is, whatever. I've been there a while ago, might as well go, and I paid $17 for some spicy tuna roll with some spring rolls and some salad and a can of ginger ale, and that's whatever. And then and then that's it. And then we walked back to USC Village. I took a bus back, and then Christian was like, let's hit the gym later. And I was like, sure, because tomorrow night I can't go. But alas, I didn't. We didn't, because he's tired, and I was so tired. I came back home, and I fell asleep on my chair like 3 times, basically. So yeah, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta watch movies, man. But I try my best to be as productive as ever fucking possible. I finally, Jesus Christ, finished the round 6 video. Took me 1.5 months to edit. Oh my god. I'm going to rip my brains out. And it took like 80 minutes to export. More than 80 minutes. It's ridiculous. So it's out. Can episode 5 is out. Round 6 video is out. And now I'm editing the Steel Ball Run video. And yeah, so tomorrow I might go to Arjun's set, but I'm also probably gonna go to Justin T's place to watch the Oscars, because it's the Oscars, and I'm probably gonna bring some snacks and some boba. Bring a boba and bring a bobe, and yeah, just sort of like a nice little Oscar watch party. Yeah, gotta figure out the San Francisco situation tomorrow at the latest. And but it's likely that I'll go. Like, even if it's solo, might as well. I know that solo traveling is not ideal, but it's better than nothing, you know. I like solo traveling. My dream spring break is to travel with a lover, of course, but not really happening, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm not really into anyone right now. Though I have to say there are a couple people that I'm like talking to. Like Kaylin's talking to me, not a lot, but like sort of talking to me a little bit here and there, like yeah, and yeah. But I would still go alone if I can, you know, just because. Especially because Brandon will drag me back, hopefully, probably. Yeah. And then piercing, I think I'll do it. I did a little research, and apparently it's it's a little complicated. Of course, you're piercing metal through your body. Of course, it raises a little complications. One is that it hurts, but I think it's not even the biggest concern. The biggest concern is infection, and so I have to clean it with like a specific type of like saline solution. But the worst part is that I'll have to keep it on for 3 months. I cannot take it off. I cannot take it off. Maybe I can take it off for like an hour max, but the thing is, if I take it off too long, my hole will close because it's not supposed to be pierced. And so for 3 months straight, I'll have to keep it on. And that's crazy. So even when I sleep, I'll have to keep it on, which is so fucking crazy. And then that just made me realize that all these people, especially women who wear earrings, but also everyone who has like crazy piercings, septum piercing, like they have to wear it. If they get a piercing, they have to do it for months. And if it's like a deep piercing, like cartilage piercing, like septum or like skin maybe, like I don't know, like they have to really dedicate to it. They really have to commit to it. And so I think there's a beauty in that. It's a nuisance and it's also painful, but I think there's beauty in that. You have to spend time and effort. Like you can't just like plop an earring and then boom. Like you have to actually dedicate months to break your body just so that you would modify it. And it's not the pain that makes the beauty worth it. It's the time and the commitment, which is so interesting. And it's low-key inspiring me to maybe film a video about my piercing. But we'll see. I still want to go through with it though. It's going to be tough, but I'm still going to go through with it. And that's it for today. Yay.